Welcome back. Welcome to Going Hard in the Kitchen with Janelle, where I am your host, Chef Nels. Today we're going to be cooking one of Down South's favorite, a little chicken and dressing for the holidays, keto style. First, I'm going to make my cornbread. And I have 2.5 cups of sifted almond flour. We're going to be using a 1/2 cup of crushed pork rinds. We have 2.5 teaspoons of baking soda. And in here we have a teaspoon of garlic powder, a teaspoon of onion powder, and a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to mix all my dry ingredients. Just whisk all that up real good together. Okay. Now to our dry ingredients, we're going to add our wet ingredients. I got some heavy whipping cream. We'll put about 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. I'm going to add a little almond flour to the mix too. I think it gives it a nice little flavor and adds the consistency. Put some of the butter in the pan. Also want to get my oven heating and let that get hot in there. I like my edges on my cornbread to be crispy. I'm gonna set this to 450. Okay, while my oven's preheating, I'm gonna let the butter get up a little bit so that'll be good and hot. And I'm gonna come over here and cut up my veggies. So I have about 1/4 cup of onion, 1/4 cup of green pepper, and like 2 stalks of celery for about 1/2 cup. I'm gonna chop these up fine. I don't like having big chunks of hard vegetables in your thing. Then we're gonna saute them a little bit to soften them up. I had some butter melting, but I turned it off. I didn't want it to get too hot. I can't wait for turkey and dressing on Thanksgiving. One of my faves. My grandmother had the best dressing. And then my mom does it next. So I took after them, knowing how to make a good dressing. Go ahead and dump these in here. gonna let those cook down for a few minutes. And then I'll start adding my chicken broth to it, my chicken stock, to the vegetables. All it gives it a good chicken flavor and also moistens them at the same time to help get them nice and tender. Trying to think of really nice, healthy recipes to cook. Like along with this, we have the keto chicken and dressing. And some other things you could do for your holiday. We might bring to you in some coming shows. You can do your cauliflower mac and cheese. Instead of sweet potatoes, like we were doing the squash, baked squash. So we're also gonna add, once the cornbread's done, our chicken. It's chicken and dressing, so I just boiled a whole small chicken, about a 5-pound chicken, and I already shredded and deboned the chicken. A little pre-game. So I've been messing with some recipes for like a keto version of red velvet cake with the cream cheese icing. Really yummy. Nice and brown. Yep, that's about how I want it. And I just want to flake it up. A lot of people are scared to go in for their dressing, and I'm like, it's really not that hard. I used to think that it was hard because I was like, it's so good. I'm like, that's gotta be hard to make. And I watched my mother and grandmother, and it's not that hard. Just gotta, you get your cornbread right. You're in the game. Okay. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to pour that vegetable and broth mix right into the bread, like so. Give that a whirl. Evenly distribute it all the way through the veggies into the bread. A lot of people, I'm going to add my poultry seasoning to the mix. And again, I didn't measure this out. You probably could use a teaspoon and a half. But I'm used to cooking with love, so I know about how much I want. Just shaking it. Now I'm also going to add sage. Some people don't like sage. Oh, I can get it open. But I say, sage me, sage me, sage me. You know how people burn sage through the house? I feel like it gets rid of evil spirits. I love sage in my dressing. And again, you probably use 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons of sage. Now, my chicken, I'm going to add my chicken to the mix. It's gonna be light, has a lot of chicken, so you're not getting the carbs because of the way I made the cornbread. However, you're getting your good protein. It has lots of chicken in it. I just want to smooth that out nicely in the pan. This is where you take your choice. I don't like dry dressing, so it does have to bake for 10-15 more minutes. I'm gonna add a little bit more of the chicken broth, chicken stock to it. I don't like it runny, but nothing's worse than dry dressing. There. We'll set that back in the oven for 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, so guys, so it's been about 10 minutes. We're going to go to the oven and take out our chicken and dressing. Yes, that looks delish. So here you are, guys. It looks delish. I think I'm going to get ready and let someone take a taste. So you are for your holidays. We have your chicken and dressing. So, you want to take a taste, sir?
Yeah. It looks really good.
Right, really hot.
Seriously. Yeah, I'm gonna burn my lips off. Oh yeah. That was really good.
Hot.
Yeah, a little hot, but it's really, really good. Oh, that's wonderful. I love it.
All right.
Love it.
Thank you for watching us today on Going Hard in the Kitchen with Janelle. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Until next time.